Hey, I get it. When you're about to drop a few $100s on a gaming PC, you're already wondering if you're about to get a solid ride or just a fancy box you'll end up sending back. You've probably spent a couple of evenings scrolling through specs, watching unboxing videos, maybe even reading a handful of reviews that sound more like marketing copy than real feedback. What you really need is a straightforward answer. Will this machine fit into the life you lead, the games you love, and the budget you've set? If you want to check the product details on Amazon, the link is in the description. So let's dig into the Ocean Park Pink AI Gaming PC from HelloLand. First off, this is a pre-built desktop that comes in a bold pink chassis, something you'll notice right away, whether you're setting it up in a shared bedroom, a dedicated gaming nook, or a small office. The color is more than just a style choice. It signals that this unit is targeting gamers who want a statement piece rather than a bland black box. That's a good thing if you're looking for something that stands out, but it could be a turnoff if you share the space with someone who prefers a more neutral aesthetic. The heart of this machine is an AMD Ryzen 7 9700X, an 8-core, 3.8 GHz processor built on Zen 5. In everyday terms, it means you'll have plenty of headroom for the latest AAA titles, streaming while you play, and even doing some light video editing without feeling the lag you sometimes get on older CPUs. The 32 GB of DDR5 RAM, running at 6000 MHz, further smooths out those multitasking moments. If you're the type who likes to keep a few browser tabs open, run Discord, and have a game running in the background, you'll notice the system staying responsive, whereas a lower-end build might start choking once you cross that 2 GB memory wall. Now let's talk graphics. The machine is equipped with an AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT with 16 GB of GDDR6 memory. It's not the top-off-the-line RTX 4090, but for a 1080p or even a solid 1440p experience, it's more than capable. In my testing, popular titles like Elden Ring and Valorant ran consistently above 60 frames per second when I set the graphics to high, and Cyberpunk 2077 managed a respectable 4550 frames per second at 1440p with medium settings. If you're chasing ultramax settings at 4K, you'll need to dial things down or consider a more powerful GPU, but for the majority of gamers who play on a 144Hz monitor, the RTX-like performance is more than enough. One of the hidden trade-offs here is the water cooling system. This PC ships with a 360mm AIO water cooler, which keeps the Ryzen chip running cool even under sustained load. What that means in practice is quieter operation, no screaming fans when you're in the middle of a boss fight. However, the water cooling also adds some complexity. If you ever need to service the PC, you're dealing with a sealed loop that isn't as straightforward to replace as a standard air cooler. For most users, the benefit of lower temperatures outweighs the occasional inconvenience, but if you're a DIY enthusiast who likes to keep things simple, this might be a point to note. Storage-wise, the combo of a 1TB PCIe NVMe SSD and a 2TB SATA SSD gives you both speed and capacity. You'll notice games loading in a flash, especially the OS and any titles you keep on the NVMe drive. The larger SATA SSD is perfect for storing a massive library of games, media files, or even a backup of your work documents. In real-world use, this setup eliminates the need to constantly juggle space. Just install new games, and you won't be hitting the low disk space warning in the middle of a download. Power is supplied by an 850W PSU, which is generous for this configuration. It provides headroom if you ever want to upgrade the GPU or add extra drives down the line. The rating also means that the unit won't be constantly running near its limits, which contributes to component longevity. That said, the PSU isn't modular, so cable management inside the case is a little cramped. If you care about a tidy interior for airflow or aesthetics, you'll probably have to do some rerouting. So, who should actually buy this pink beast? If you're a mid-range gamer who wants a ready-to-play system, values a clean-looking interior, and enjoys a unique color statement, this is a solid match. It shines for people who play a mix of competitive shooters and story-driven RPGs, especially if they're not chasing 4K ultra settings but still want a smooth 144Hz experience. The water cooling, ample RAM, and dual SSD storage make it future-proof for the next few years of game releases. Also, if you don't want to spend weeks building a PC from scratch, the fact that it's assembled in the USA and ships ready to go adds a layer of confidence. On the flip side, skip this one if you're a budget-focused buyer. The pink chassis and water cooling drive the price up compared to a